When disasters strike, it's your property tax dollars paying for most of the response.
The cleanup, though, can cost millions of dollars. Tonight, KXAN's Phil Prazen brings us an in-depth look at who pays for that.
Another storm comes in and our local emergency workers put their lives on the line, funded by our local tax dollars.
So their personnel to respond, that fuels the fire trucks, all that stuff just gets paid up front.
Jacob Durr from Austin's Homeland Security and Emergency Management Office says county judges and local leaders will then ask the state and federal government for money to pay them back for the cost to save lives and cleanup once the storm has passed.
Fire trucks that were damaged or bridges that were washed out.
But money is running low from the state. Out of a total of nearly $330 million for the state's Department of Emergency Management, $89 million was earmarked for storm cleanup. But that money's already half gone. The budget has to last until September 1st, 2017, and the state is already rejecting requests.
Sometimes people argue that government can't do anything good. Well, we want government to do good when it comes to disaster planning and to helping clean up and get us back on our feet.
Austin Senator Kirk Watson says this is a symptom of a larger problem. State lawmakers often leave the planning and funding of disaster plans to cities and counties. It took last-minute negotiations for him to push through $7 million more last session, while much of Austin was underwater.
Elected public officials are going to have to be honest that we need to put that money aside.
And as we enter hurricane season, the need isn't going away. Phil Prazen, KXAN News.
And for more perspective on how little $50 million really is when it comes to disaster recovery, check out these numbers from FEMA. Most of the disaster money we see for cleanup and recovery comes from the federal government. For the flooding between April 17th through the 24th of this year, FEMA gave out $119 million in assistance statewide. And after last year's October floods, FEMA gave out $37 million in individual and household assistance, and another $28 million in public assistance to city and county governments. But FEMA takes a long time to pay. The city of Austin says it's still waiting to hear if applications were approved to help clean up from the floods of 2013.
We're still a